Hey guys, welcome back to another Coding Flamingo video. So in this video, we're going to look at headers, something you don't really look at until you get a pen test. And if you just use the default Blazor template, you'll get a D if you're lucky, which is not great. So today we're going to look at how to improve that D into a B. There's certain things in Blazor that doesn't let you get an A, but B's get degrees. So let's just jump into it. So if we see here, so this is all in observability.mozilla.org. It's usually used by any pen tester like that. This is like pen testing 101. Check the headers of the application. So if you see, we have a 30 out of 100, which is pretty bad. And we're going to look at each one of the categories. And this is the so I'm just using the Blazor WebAssembly with AAD authentication. So this has nothing extra. It doesn't have any component library, anything else, which will increase your chances of getting even a lower score. So by the default, you have a 30%. So let's look at each one of them. So content policy, that one is the one that you cannot remove from Blazor because there's like some inline scripts that run for Blazor. And so like the best you can do for that is -20. Cookies, we don't have any cookies on this one, so we pass it. Cross origin, we have it set up. This one, it's set up by Azure because this deployment is running in Azure. So it's something you might want to have to add to your startup.cs if you want to do it in code. HTTP strict transport. This one is same web application in Azure. It doesn't let me change the time of how long you can have the HTTPS thing. So this one, you fail if you're in Azure. You can fix it with Azure Front Door or something like that. But if you guys want a video on how to fix all that stuff, let me know because you actually have to put the front door on top. So something to keep in mind. Redirection, that one's handled by Azure to make sure that you're in HTTPS. For policy, doesn't apply. Sub resources integrity. So that's if you have like scripts pulling from another part. So like if you followed our video for adding Stripe payments into your website or something, you'll have to add it in the allowed sources and then put the actual hash of the sub resource that you're pulling to make sure that it's actually the right resource and it hasn't been changed or anything. And then these are the other three that we're going to be able to fix. They're super easy to fix. If you want to like read the details into each one of them, they tell you here what each one does. And in this case, we're just going to use the same origin for this one. But yeah, you can go in here and like figure it out. It's a great way to just sanity check your website. So now to the actual code. And as always, all the code is in the GitHub, which is linked down below. So make sure to check it out. And while you're there, like and subscribe. All right, so we're in the startup.cs and in the configure part, I just kind of added this. As I said, I'm going to link the commit. So all this is in one commit. So I'll just link that so you can see all the code I added. But basically, I'm just adding the headers that they're asking. So XFrame, as I said, we're using same origin, next content type options, no sniff, refer policy, same origin. And then for permission policy, this one is one that they make you ask that like it's basically you'll never ask for this permissions. Or if you are like you say like, hey, my website is going to use camera and everything. In this case, I just added geolocation and camera to make sure that I never ask for those permissions because I'm not going to use them on this website. And then this was the content policy. So this is the one that you can only get to -20 because of Blazor. In here, I just added the default source and self. So like you can pull from like the origin. And then here I added like the login.microsoft.com. This is where it's deployed. Like the test is deployed. Then the jQuery one. And then this one is used for App Insights. So I just wanted to make sure that it had access to it. And then I allow unsafe inline, which is an unsafe eval, which are the two that like Blazor requires. And then I have same side and cross-site scripting protections. So by just doing that and you deploy it, and one important thing here, I have the content policy, the configuration, like the part of the header, I actually put it in settings. The reason for that is when you're running Blazor on localhost, for some reason, there's some localhost things that it doesn't like. So I change it to report only and I check when I'm like debugging to make sure that only the localhost stuff is failing. And then when I'm deploying to production, I actually run a change file variables thing, the Microsoft variable substitution, and I just change it to not report only to actually content policy, and like that's gonna be the one that like actually secures that you're only pulling from these resources. So like the resources we have set here. If you have other things that you're pulling from somewhere else, another font or something, make sure to add it here. If not, your content is not going to be able to load in the browser. So after that, you push, you deploy, then I'm just going to fast forward. And as you can see here, you get the B. So as I promised, you have the 20, -20 because you have unsafe inline, which is bad. And then I have the -10 because I'm running it in Azure, and Azure does its own thing. So that's how you get your code a little bit safer and ready for a pen test. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.